5 plates for 1 rep, barely, can't lock it out, drops it immediately with straps. Is that impressive? Coach Greg, and have we found the next Brad Castleberry lifting fake weights? A number of people have been sending me videos of this guy saying, are these fake weights? Do a video on this guy. And recently, Kenny KO did in fact do this video. But in today's video, I'm going to give you my opinion, my take. Is the guy scamming people? Is he lifting fake weights in some videos, real ones in others? Stay tuned and find out. And so I got to go to the first video that was ever sent to me talking about, is this fake weights? And I watched the video and I got to say, catching 100-pound dumbbells and then curling them with ease, it looks pretty impressive, and it is highly doubtful that he could do that. But that's because we don't know how strong this guy really is. We don't see the muscles that he has underneath all this clothing. He's dressed up nicely, doesn't appear to have a lot of muscle, but if you met this guy in person, you'd be shocked to see just how big he is. Consider the strength of a guy like Larry Wheels or Eddie Hall. Do you not think these men could catch 100-pound dumbbells and curl them with ease? Of course they can. And so it's not out of the question that this guy could do this. And then laying down after curling the hundreds and pressing 100-pound dumbbells, does that really seem impressive? If anything, that's a break from lifting the 100-pound curls. And then drop those and bench press 405 pounds. It wasn't 605. He didn't have an extra 2 or 3 plates on each side, making it look like he's way stronger than he is, like Brad Castleberry. But it's 3 reps, people. I could very easily do this when I was at my strongest for far more than 3 reps. So it is out of the question that a man way bigger than Coach Greg can bench press 405 pounds after curling hundreds, which is a bicep exercise, and then warming up with the hundreds on the dumbbell press, which is also easy for a guy of this strength, and then doing 405 for 3 reps. He's just a really strong guy dressed in a certain way to make it look like he doesn't have the strength that he really has. And next up, 5 plates for 1 rep, barely, can't lock it out, drops it immediately with straps. Is that impressive? Well, yes, 495 on a deadlift with 1 arm is very impressive. However, it's not like saying, oh, if I had 2 arms, I could deadlift double that. I could do 1,000 pounds. When I was at my strongest, I also could do 5 plates for 1 rep on a deadlift, although it was sumo style, could still do it. So imagine, Eddie Hall, Larry Wheels, do not imagine that they could walk up and pull 5 plates off the ground with 1 hand using straps. Of course they can. Next up, Zerker squats 715 pounds for 1 rep. Very, very impressive, but it's not like it's impossible to do. It's still a squat, and a number of people can squat 715 pounds not to below parallel. Again, you don't think Larry Wheels or Eddie Hall could do this. And the bar does seem to be bending, and he's doing so in a public gym, and so it's less likely that he's using fake weights. The plates, they look identical, and oftentimes when you see people lifting fake plates, they hide the fake weights by putting the real plates on the end, the fake ones at the start. Not seeing that here. Don't think he's trying to deceive the public. And he's doing 495 1 arm at a time. But listen, people, it's not like he's doing 495 pounds with 1 arm. 495 with 1 arm going down, it's equal to lifting half. It's not like lifting double that weight. So it's not like he could go out and press 495 pounds with 1 arm. He's lifting half of the weight with 1 arm while stabilizing with the other. So yes, of course it's impressive, but it does make sense that he can do this. This guy, clearly strong, clearly a beast, but certainly not somebody that we should criticize saying it can't be real weights. When you're extremely strong and you practice for a variety of events, this is what you're going to get. This is what an elite level strongman would be able and capable of doing if he were to try so in the gym. And so he has 225 pounds in the bar and perhaps what? 125 pound, maybe 150 pound girl on each side? So in total, probably 500 to 550 pounds. Just because the weight is in a human form, it's still a weight. You still have to have the strength to press that weight. And so what is he really doing? He's pressing 225 plus a girl on each side. All that means is he's pressing 500 to 550 pounds. If the weight is stable, not shaking around, not vibrating, not moving all over the place, it's simply a matter of, does he have the strength to do it? The guy can bench press 615 pounds. If this is 515 pounds, just because it's females doesn't mean it's going to be harder. And I get it, if the females are wobbling, shaking around, it can require some stabilizer muscles. But I do think that these females are practicing properly, holding their weight properly. And so if he's bench pressing a little over 500, when he can in fact bench press over 600, he's still going to be able to do this weight. So I don't think they're fake. I don't think he would have to use fake 45s in the center to make it look more impressive than it really is. If he was, he could probably lift 600 plus pounds doing this. Had one 45-pound fake plate in the middle, it would look like he's bench pressing over 600 pounds. He's not being fake. He's not using fake weights. He's lifting what's reasonable for a man of this impressive amount of strength. And so he's squatting 735 pounds. Looks hard, not quite to parallel. So yeah, it's impressive, but it does make sense that he can do it. I don't think he's using fake plates. It's an incredible amount of weight, but a lot of powerlifters at the elite level can squat much more than this. And so yes, it's very impressive, but no, I don't think it's fake weights. When you're lifting a weight that you can perform for multiple reps, it's easy to make it look easy. The guy's dressed full clothing. You can't see just how massive the muscles are underneath. And you're thinking, no way is this dude actually lifting this weight. But trust me, he is. And 405 in each hand doing the farmer's walk, does that not look exactly like what all strongman competitors can do? Like literally, are there any elite strongman competitors that can't do that farmer's walk carry? Lifting 400 pounds off the ground with each arm for a farmer's walk for an elite level strongman, something pretty much all of them need to be able to do. And so he's just hanging out at the gym, hands not on the bar. He's just standing there hanging out, having a chat. Does that look like real weights to you? The thing is, yes, they are real weights. It's a lot easier to stand there with the weight than to squat down and come back up with it again. And so although it's impressive that he can balance it, it just takes practice. And so if your goal is to go to the gym and make impressive lifts for people to see and make it look like they're fake, well, he's certainly done that. The guy knows what he's doing. He's very strong, clearly practices his craft. Trust me, he's working hard. In secret, he's clearly in pain. He's feeling that weight on his back. But it is in fact real weights that he's feeling. And he's about to lay down at bench press, got a woman on each side. I'm thinking, well, that's not very impressive. That's probably what, 300 pounds? Well, that isn't very impressive. But yet he lowers the bar to his upper chest. And then what does he do? He proceeds to sit up with the weight, holding them above his neck. That's strong. He's not faking this. It's not fake weights. And so just think, if he has the strength to do this with people, imagine how strong this guy really is. And the thing is, you never see all the massive muscles because they're hidden underneath all that clothing. If the guy were lifting in a tank top, flexing, you'd probably think, well, obviously he can lift that. Look how strong and jacked this guy is. But he's lifting, he's covered up, and so you can't really see how strong and powerful that he really is. And so imagine you're about to do shoulder presses and you see this guy sitting there with 400 pounds on his shoulders, texting. It's always business at the playground. You're waiting to use the machine, you're thinking, I don't think I'm going to interrupt this guy. I don't know what to say or do, but I'm going to let him have this machine for the day. Anyone strong enough to sit there and text with 400 pounds, probably not someone I want to mess with. But he's probably just making a video, doing something impressive and fun. And so he's sitting there having fun at the gym, texting away. He then stands up, walks over to the squat rack and puts the weight back. I think that's totally reasonable. What you need to do is have the balance to do so. Inside, he's probably thinking, this really hurts, squishing my neck. But the guy is strong and jacked, and I fully think he's strong enough to do it. The hardest part of this is having the balance to not have one side fall versus the other. But once you get the weight in place, the arms are not really doing that much. It's your legs that are doing the work when you squat it. Just think, it's the legs pushing it up. He's not pressing the weight over his head, so I do believe 100% that these are real weights. And just look at the friggin' arms on this guy. He's standing there carrying 315 pounds one arm, gets thrown a 100-pound dumbbell in the other, veins popping out everywhere, muscles bulging. Does he not look like a guy that can lift this kind of weight? Does he look like he needs to use fake weights to lift the kind of weights that he's lifting? He's a specimen. He's ripped, shredded, has tons of muscle, vascularity. No wonder he can lift these weights. So next time you think the guy's lifting fake weights, look at the physique and think, does it not make sense if he dedicates his life to lifting these kind of weights, getting used to these kind of lifts, using the balance and so on? The gym is his playground. Does it not make sense that the guy can lift this with real weights? Ending it here. GregDoucette.com for coaching. Greg Doucette IB Pro. Please watch at least a bloop or two. Also, harder than last time supplements, including Turkesterone, Seco Bar, protein bars, so much stuff going going on. Also, the Circle Diet book, my life's work, coaching plans with me and my team. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment for the algorithm, and until next time, I'm out.